Hi everyone, in this video I will be trying out some paint markers I just got recently for my birthday. And my bonus mom helped me out and dyed my hair purple because the hairdresser gave us some extra hair dye. So bonus mom did a great job. So that's why I wanted to film this way. But I have these little pieces I made with natural modeling clay from the dollar store, and I wanted to see, this one is a minion obviously, and I put like a Mod Podge layer over top of it so it's not as chalky anymore, and I'm curious if that's going to change how the color performs on it. In the past I did this off screen, but I did this guy. He's going to turn into a magnet because he's too big for a crock charm. This one will be perfect for a crock charm, or a crock gibbet as they say, which I think I'm gonna make a piece of cake. I was debating between pizza or cake, and I already have a pizza charm, so I'm gonna make this like a slice of cake, like birthday cake kind of thing. And then I also have this, which I used a mold, like a the IKEA fish mold for. I won't be drawing on this guy today because he hasn't had as much time to dry as the other ones, just like this pumpkin here and this pumpkin. So these aren't fully dry yet. They're still on they're cold. This is a finished little cup. This was like one of my first testers I did. This was technically the first tester, but it snapped, so learned that is too thin. And then I wanted to make a little bowl, and I have a bunch more of these, but they're inside. The backings for the Crocs. So that's one of the things I asked for my birthday this year. And then I have this dice, which I haven't sealed the last side because that was the side that was facing the table when the rest was drying. So I haven't like put any coat of Mod Podge onto this side, the 5. But this is accurate to an actual 1-to-6 dice block. I actually have a trick I learned because in the past I made like little wooden dice blocks and I had to like burn the numbers into it. So fun fact, in case you didn't know, on a 1-to-6 dice block, I don't know if this is the same for other dice, but the top number and the bottom number will always add up to 7. So 1 and the bottom number will be 6. 2, it's versus, it's opposite side, 5. 4 and 3. So, and I actually did use this. It does actually work as a dice. You just got to be careful because it is like pottery clay kind of thing. But it does work as a dice, and this was basically, I rolled a ball and then I kind of flattened each corner, and so like this is roughly the size of my thumbs and pointer finger. So yeah, made a little dice, and because it's a 6-sided dice, I decided each side of the dice is going to be a different color of the rainbow. So I went red, yellow, orange, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I messed that up. Okay, so did that. I did this fish, and the reason why some of it is yellow is because I was doing a paint by number and I wanted to offload my brush onto something, so started this fishy. That was sculpted. All of these are sculpted without using tools. I do have tools, I was just too lazy to grab them. This is a little mushroom, which might be my tester. I might test on this guy today. Because right now it looks like a paw print, so I'm going to do the traditional red and white mushroom like the Mario universe has. And then this was originally going to be Mickey ears, and then I changed my mind. So it's more bear-like. And then I have a little flower to test on. And I did score the back with like the back of like a paintbrush. Oh my gosh, I had a brain fart. And or the back of like, or the side of a paper clip. And so this was supposed to be a cookie, but I don't know if it really looks like a cookie. It looks more like a paint palette than a cookie. Then I have this little cat face. And these are all like my dabbles in the pieces. So I think I've showed you all the pieces I have. I have this one still needs to dry. This was from a mold, a like Halloween silicone mold that I got from the dollar store. Same with this guy, also with a mold. So it took a fair amount of the clay that I had. It took like a quarter of the package of clay that I was using to make each of these, and I could have made them bigger. So that takes a lot of clay. I do want, my main idea was to make crock charms, but some of these ended up being too big, and I'm like, okay, they're going to be magnets instead. Stop procrastinating and just get on with it. I have this set of paint markers to try out. This is a previous set I got for Christmas, but I haven't used it much because it's like, I feel like this is the better set of these two. Like I got these two the same year, and I feel like this is the cheaper set and this is the more expensive set, so I've been using this more for like paintings, and this for more like wood and crafts and different things like that. But this has actually been very good, the Winston's acrylic paint markers, which I have had for a little while, and some of the nibs are getting damaged because of the surfaces I'm using to paint on, but I guess that, you know, that is to be expected. I have this new set of acrylic paint markers, Bedham dual tip. So, and the cover is completely blank, so customizing that cover will be coming up. This is my dollar store set, which works out really well. So this was $5 for, what is it, 12 acrylic paint markers. They're just like bullet nib, traditional, but you don't have to activate them. There's no shaking, they're already activated. And for a dollar store item, I say they're pretty good. They're actually really decent. I actually have some customized glass frames that I use these markers for, and they work fine. So, and they worked on like a plastic that I didn't sand down first, and yeah, it took multiple coats, but these actually work really well, and I got them from the dollar store for $5. And then finally, I also have this set that I haven't tried yet. So that's what I'm going to be trying out in this video. I'm going to start with the smallest set of new ones. Oh, I put it here. Alright, so this one says it can work on stone, leather, ceramic, which I think is what this is, glass, metal, skin. Okay. So I have to make sure I don't draw on myself. Paper, plastic, canvas, and wood. Alright. Methods of use. Shake up and down, let air out, press the tip 3 to 4 times, press the tip for 3 to 4 seconds to release the air. Press tip down several times until the ink begins to flow. You can draw text or shape you want. Cap and store horizontally. Alright, okay. Interesting. So I'm going to try this acrylic set first. Alright, red, orange, yellow. Oh. Put that at the end. I want to make sure that the packaging, they're in the right order. Red, orange, yellow. White can go at the end. Green, blue. No, come on. I think these are the kind of paint markers. Whoa! They just fell all over me. That you can see how much paint is in the cartridge itself. Okay, so yellow, green, and blue fell. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I think these are definitely the type of markers. You can see I have butterfingers today. How much paint is in the cartridge. Not all of my paint markers are like that, so I appreciate that you can see how much paint is in the cartridge there. All right. Roy G. Biff. Okay. All right. Now I like that setting up better. So now it's more colors of the rainbow. So I'm gonna start with red. I'll start on my mushroom here. I like how when they say canvas, there's a picture of shoes. Not canvas like a piece of, like an actual canvas. I've always wanted to customize shoes, but I don't want to sacrifice any of my own in case I mess up. Shake. Oh wow, that paint came right away. This nib is plastic and it's rough, but I'm supposed to do this. All right. Now I'll use, I have a couple canvases with me that are a little smaller here. Now I'm going to use this little tag here to just activate it. Just gotta, okay, so accurate, it works on wood. All right, does it work on ceramic, which is what I think this is? Let's see. It's good, it's got like fine details, so, oh, looks like it, although it is chipping some of the, there is a little bit of the ceramic coming with it, like when you draw with marker on printer paper. You know how sometimes the printer, the paper comes up with the marker? That's exactly what it's doing with the ceramic here. But I didn't like seal this or anything. This is just as it dried kind of thing, so maybe not the best on this type of clay. So I'm just gonna offload the rest of, like, there's ceramic piece, little shavings that were stuck to the nib of this. So I'm just gonna draw on the little thing I have my pumpkins resting on to offload the ceramic dust on that one. So I don't know if this is considered ceramic. This is an air dry natural clay. I don't know if it's considered ceramic, but no, not working. All right, is there any red on the minion? No, because I didn't make him having his tongue sticking out. All right, let's see. Is this, did I put Mod Podge on this one? Just to see. I might have put a little bit on that one, but I don't know. I can't decide. All right, I'm gonna put this back and try the yellow in the set on the minion with the Mod Podge detail already on it. So hopefully it's not pulling up the ceramic dust. I think is like pottery and ceramic the same thing? I'm not sure. I'm not very skilled in that. Oh yeah, I have to activate it first. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it up like the show. I really don't like this part. Ah, hurts my thumb. All right, I'm done. I'm just going to use the piece here to do the rest. I don't like that feeling of using my fingers to activate the paint. So I think I'm just gonna keep going doing this from now on. So it does work on wood. Nice, nice. Oh right, I'm gonna use it on the minion here. All right, let's just go around the eyeball, see if that works. Yeah, it's kind of what I feared, that I wouldn't have, like it doesn't have any grit to stick to now. So it's not pulling up pottery, but it doesn't have much to stick to. Like there's not much grain there. So I just used it on the eye here because I have other markers that I'm going to try out as well. So don't think I need to try every single marker in the kit. I think I got a good idea here. No. I'm gonna leave that for now. So I got a good idea of what they're like. Oh, it's windy, and the wind that comes before like rain, so I'm like, I don't know if I should still be out here, but whatever. If it rains, I'll go in. It's not rocket science. Alright, so I have these paint markers as well. So I'm going to start off trying to finish up that red because I did not like how much it was pulling the paint of. So hopefully this works. Do I want to use, yeah, I'll use the smaller nib. This is dual action, so. Oh, and this is doing the same thing. So it's the pottery piece, not the marker. Yeah, it's doing the same thing the other one did. So, yeah. No. Paint might be better, like an actual paint, not a paint marker. All right, I'm gonna put that back in here. I'm gonna take a yellow and use it for the minion here. I haven't tested these markers on this kind of thing. I've so far tested the Winsons and the dollar store ones. So I haven't actually tested this kind of a marker on here before. So we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna color his head. Actually, it's not terrible. Yes, yes, okay. So, for the future, I'm just going to seal these with a coat of Mod Podge before I paint them, so I don't run into any issues. Okay, I'm painting the hair. It will end up changing color, but I will change the color of the hair later, but yeah, okay. Yeah, the Mod Podge actually works really well for this, so yeah, okay, note to self, I'll do that with the rest of the pieces. I just wasn't sure if it would have any grit to it, and that was my main worry, so I didn't do it, you know, cover all of the pieces in Mod Podge, but yeah, now that I think about it, it's not damaging the nib. It's going on smoothly. So yeah, that's good, because otherwise I'm just gonna have to use regular paint, and sometimes I don't want to get all my paint out. Sometimes it's just one of those days I want to do an easy craft and not get my paint out. So yeah, right now he's gonna have yellow hair. That will change to black later, but for now he's gonna rock the yellow hair. And yes, I'm aware this minion's gonna have multiple shades of yellow to him, but whatever. Okay, so that's my minion's hair and head done. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, so this marker works so long as you have a coat of like Mod Podge or some kind of shiny coat on top, so you're not damaging the nib. Good. These work. Yay! Put it back in to the case. Alright. I'm going back with one I've already tested out. Alright, what color do I want to do? I'm going to use the red. I also used this set. It was one of the greens in this set, or greenish teals in this set, to color the frame of these glasses. Just in case you were curious. I used a marker in that set. A teal marker in that one for the frame of these ones. In case you were thinking about customizing your own glasses. Yeah, again, same issues as before, so it's definitely better to like put a sealer coat on top before you start painting. Yeah, it's very much, it's giving, you're using the wrong markers on the wrong paper and the markers are pulling up the paper. You know that issue. My fellow artists might understand. It's kind of giving that. So, and my nib is fraying, so just so you know. I mean, this one was already fraying before I started this project, but just something to keep in mind if you don't put a coat over top of it. So here's what the mushroom looks like so far. Alright, I think that's it for this. I'll use more red later in a different kit to finish it off. Alright. Now I'll use the red in this kit, which I have already tried using markers from this kit with the yellow. I think the yellow I did was from this kit. But the nibs aren't the greatest for small details. That's the only issue with these ones, is they're great for like a large area, but for small details, not so great. So this is what the nibs look like. What? Yeah. Okay. So I'm continuing on here, and I can't get into the little spaces because this nib does not allow me to do so. And again, same problem as before. It is picking up the plaster. Yeah, no, it's not pretty. The spotty area is where this one was. So yeah, I can't get into the fine details. Okay, I might be, mine's playing tricks on me. I thought I felt a raindrop there. Right. now let's try this set. There's going to probably be a few different options for me to use from this set, so I'm not even going to attempt to use that last set for the leftover yellow one here because it's just not, it's too small for that nib. So here's my color selection, and boom. Yay. So the reds are on this part of it. Okay, let's see, what red do I want to use? I'll start with the one in the beginning here, and I don't think these are the ones I have to activate. I don't think. I feel like these are like the other ones I had. Very, very similar and everything, so. Oh, water-based, non-toxic, that's good. Keep horizontal, another one where it says keep horizontal. It's probably because there's paint inside the marker, so. Okay, so that's the smaller nib out of the two there, sorry. Smaller one. And this is the brush nib. Nice. Oh, that's pinker than I thought it was. It accidentally drew on the cap itself, and it's a little pinker than I thought it would be. Okay. Does it not work there? No, okay, so I can't put the lid on the end here. Oh, dang it. Well, that's a design flaw. No, this is doing absolute nothing but ruining the nib there. Wait a minute. Okay, so the lids can be interchangeable. It doesn't matter if I put the lid that's on the bigger side, on the smaller side, they both work and they both click. Okay, interesting. And that doesn't work either. Probably because I switched the nibs, or the lids of the nibs there. Okay, the brush nib works a little better on this one. Okay. Alright. There. Finally got in that little nook. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. And some of these say they're good on rocks, so, and you can't really change the texture of rocks either, so this one I think, okay, it's definitely better to use the brush nib of it. Alright. Brush nib is the winner for these markers. So that's what it looks like. Alright. Just gonna add a little more to the mushroom here. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I like that. That's not too bad. Add a little more there so it doesn't look like I missed a spot. There we go. Our wonky little mushroom is finally almost complete. Oh, again. I'm so used to having the lid on the opposite side. I went ahead and took the lid off the smaller side and was going to put it on the bigger side. Which, I mean, they work either way, so that's good. Alright. Okay, now put that back in its case, like so. Oh, there's a little, like, hook thing. Interesting. Wonder if that's to like hang it up in a store or something, or if that's just a little nifty hook there. Oh well. Alright. So, yay! These work. Now, we got these guys. Do I have to activate them? Or do they come activated? Shake, paint, cap. Okay, so I just have to shake. Okay. Alright. Alright, what do I want? Oh, I want to use the yellow. I'm gonna try the yellow since I'm still working on the minion here. Oh, okay, so there's a marble in there, water-based. There's some kind of like marble or something in there. You can feel something moving around to help mix the, or can hear something to help mix the paint. Okay. Okay, it's already ready for us to go. Oh, and now the paint's going into a little cartridge there. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to try our Mr. Minion here. Wow, this works. Yay, it's working, it's working, it's working. Woohoo! Alright. Again, I'll change the little face color as well later, but for now it's going to be yellow. Okay, bug. Listen. Listen there, little bee. I'm not bothering you. Stop bothering me. I thought we had an agreement here. You stop bothering me, I won't bother you. Or your friends. So go. Nice, nice. Okay. Alright. So, that's our little minion with the multi-shaded yellow there. That works very well. Now, how does it look on a sealed surface kind of thing? Alright. I'm going to try Mr. Fishy. He's going to be my little model here just to see how this performs on a rougher surface. Okay, so the brush nibs work pretty good on the rougher surfaces, so that's good. But the more like stiffer nibs, not so well. But here, this is our little fishy guy, little yellow guy. Wow, working very well. I am proud of you, Mr. Marker. Acrylic marker, where's the brand? Is it on the box here? Just Art? Okay, not just art, just, J-U-S, art. Awesome. Okay, so that's a good little tester. Interesting. so what do I want to do next? Alright, so these ones we're not going to use because the nibs don't allow us to work on a rough surface. It says stone, so I don't know why it's not allowing us to work very well on here, so no. Brush nibs it is. So yeah, thank you for watching the tester of me testing all these different acrylic markers on this pottery ceramic thing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.